Johnny here. Right now I'm on the shores of the Dead Sea, 425 meters below sea level, the lowest point on Earth. And in this short film, I'm going to talk about tourism in the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan.
Jordan is an extraordinary country. Although small in size and young in terms of nation state, it's blessed with some of the region's most revered historical treasures, some of its most spectacular scenery, and some of its kindest and most hospitable people. It has a delicious cuisine, a good tourist infrastructure with some great accommodation and knowledgeable guides, and, under the much respected royal family, a stable government. Throughout its short history, Jordan has bucked the trends of its neighbours. By welcoming foreign travellers with open arms and gallons of sweet mint tea, in many ways it continues to do so.
Unless you're coming in overland, you're most likely to start your trip to Jordan in the nation's capital, Amman.
Amman is a lively, liberal city, modern in character, yet with one foot rooted firmly in the past. With a history dating back to Neolithic times, its journey travels through the Greeks and the Romans, when it was known as Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, before being abandoned for almost 1,000 years, only to rise again in 1921 as the country's modern capital. Today it carries an air of dynamic self-assurance and is an easy place to hang out for a day or two. Things not to be missed are the downtown area, the fruit and vegetable market, the Roman theatre, and the citadel, with the capital's most famous monument, the Temple of Hercules. From Amman, the first thing you might like to do is take a day trip to visit the country's most famous Roman town, Jurij. Although Paleolithic and Neolithic settlements can be found nearby, the town came to prominence during the 1st century AD. Sites to check out here are the Temple of Zeus, the South Theatre, and the impressive and renovated Hippodrome, which has seen a revival of the Roman sport of chariot racing. Travelling south, you'll pass Mount Nebo, the site from which Moses showed his people the Promised Land, and take a look around Madabar, where, among other things, on the floor of St. George's Church, you can see the first map of the Holy Land in the form of a wonderful mosaic. But Jordan isn't just about sites of antiquity. It also has some stunning natural wonders to experience. Just to the east of Madabar, you can go for a float on the Dead Sea and, if you so desire, cover yourself in rejuvenating mud or treat yourself to a spa or swim at one of the region's smart 5-star hotels, before enjoying remote offbeat locations like the tiny village of Dana, which has recently been reinvented as an eco-village for travellers looking to explore the nearby reserve.
The Dana Biosphere Reserve is at 300 square kilometres, Jordan's largest national park. As such, it's a great place for day hikes and treks into the region. But of course, all visitors to Jordan ultimately have one goal, and that's to visit the ancient Nabatean capital of Petra.
While most people enter Petra from the town of Wadi Musa through the famous Seek or narrow gorge emerging at the treasury, there is another route in. Taking the rarely used back entrance not only offers a spectacular walk through the region's beautiful rugged terrain, it also means you avoid the crowds and start your tour of the amazing Pink City at the impressive monastery, and thus save the treasury till last. And what a sight Petra is, truly one of the wonders of the world. Covering some 250 square kilometres, the former capital of the Nabateans simply astounds. The beautiful pink rock carved into magnificent facades showcasing the noble families, temples and tombs, divided by mighty canyons and gorges, really does leave you speechless. At one time the city was home to some 30,000 inhabitants, and the scale of the place is mind-blowing. And finally you come to the most impressive of all Petra sites, the famous treasury, which simply has to be one of the most magnificent monuments ever created.
Another highlight of any trip to Jordan is to come and visit the magnificent Wadi Rum.
This is simply one of the most majestic desert landscapes you're ever likely to witness. A place where orange sands drift against the towering red cliffs and immense vistas ride out under vast desert skies. This is a great place to stay for the night, either sleeping wild under the stars or in one of the impressive camps, the best of which is almost certainly Discovery Circle's Bedu camp. And as dramatic as it is, Wadi Rum has been used as a location in numerous famous movies.
And according to our guide Majid, this is the exact point at which David Lean set up one of his cameras to film one of the scenes from Lawrence of Arabia.
And finally, right in the south is the Red Sea town of Acaba, which, as well as being an important port and modern beach resort for locals, also has its place in history.
Acaba is also famous, of course, because in 1917 the United Arab Tribes with Lawrence of Arabia managed to come down out of those mountains, sneak up behind the Ottomans, took the fort and the town with barely a shot being fired, which opened the way for the United Arab Tribes to march up the coast, take Damascus and kick the Ottoman Empire out of the Levant.
With plenty of good walks to be had, horse riding holidays to experience, even great diving in the Red Sea, Jordan also has its fair share of activities to enjoy. At the Finan Eco Resort, it has an award-winning ethical hotel. At Karak and Shobak, it has Crusader castles. And in the Azraq wetlands, it offers some amazing birdwatching.
Jordan is a stunning country, packed with some extraordinary historical sites, some amazing natural wonders, and a warm and welcoming population. And perhaps most importantly, in a region that's renowned for political upheavals, it's a stable country, and one that, in my opinion, is very safe to visit. I've loved my journey around Jordan, and I'm sure you will too.